Instagram says you are now live. Hey, y'all. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Boom. First and foremost, I want to say happy Tuesday again. And I am super excited to see y'all. Yes, it's been a minute since I've gone live. Man, I have to tell y'all, I've been working, okay? I've been putting in work. I don't know what y'all be doing, but I've been putting in work, okay? This making reels in the boot camp, putting in work, like, hey y'all, as y'all come in. But I definitely wanted to kind of go live tonight because I miss y'all. I definitely do miss y'all. And I really just wanted to kind of connect with you guys tonight and just see where we're at with our businesses, how we're doing, what we're working on. Kind of let you guys into my world a little bit since I've been kind of on a Lizzo when it comes to doing the lives. And it's really not because I'm not committed, and I don't want anybody to ever think I'm not committed. I was sick at one point and then I came back. But I am definitely focusing on taking care of those that are in my coaching program right now. We are helping business owners get better at business. That's the most important thing, right? So these 30 days, we're actually on like day 7, day 8, in the boot camp. And so I feel like it's day 8, Lord have mercy. Maybe it's day 8. So we're on day 8 in the boot camp. And we've already done so much. We've looked at websites, website audits, Instagram audits. Hey, we've looked at, product audits. I've done Instagram audits. We've talked about mindset. Mindset is so important. And I was sitting here thinking to myself, like, how important mindset is, because mindset really can drive every single thing that you do. Like, if your mindset is just not right, how are you really going to be successful and like move forward on anything that you do? And I feel like that's been the same song I've been singing probably for the last few weeks. Mindset. But it's absolutely true. And y'all gonna hear me keep singing this song because mindset is super important. And so one thing we were talking about is consistency, right? So when you have clarity, like, here's the thing, clarity and consistency go together. And let me tell you why they go together, okay? When you are clear on the things that's going on in your life and in your business life, like, you can be more consistent. You can plan things, you can organize things, like you can put structures and strategies in place because, I feel clear. I feel like I know what I'm doing. I feel like I'm I got my stuff together, right? But when you don't have clarity, you really kind of second guess yourself. Like, am I making the right decision? Am I, making the right choices? Am I smart enough to make these decisions? I feel a lot of times imposter syndrome sets in when we don't have clarity, because we also start to say, who am I to tell somebody else what to do when I've only been doing this for like 10 seconds, right? So when we lack clarity, it really messes up everything else that we do in our lives. Okay. So I'm here to tell you guys, like, quit it with the imposter syndrome. It doesn't matter if you haven't done it long enough. You've done it enough to experience it. You've done it enough to, develop some sort of blueprint that you've overcome some issues, some struggles, whatever. You've done it enough to come to that point, right? None of us are at point A anymore. Like, we started at point A, but none of us are at point A anymore. We're at B, C, D, E, F, wherever we're at, right? So get rid of imposter syndrome. The other part of that is you're the only one who can experience what you went through. Okay. It doesn't matter if there's 100 motivation coaches. It doesn't matter if there's 100 people selling natural hair care products. It doesn't matter if there's 100 people doing Airbnb. You're the one who went through it. So you're the one to tell it. Okay. So you got to really set that up in your head and say, it doesn't matter how long I've been in the game. Like, it doesn't matter. No one is going to talk about my experience. They're not going to have my strategies that I developed to overcome the things that I went through, right? So you have to really kind of get out of the imposter syndrome, because it really blocks It blocks you from being clear on where you want to go. Okay. And when you find that clarity, when you can start to identify, okay, these are the things that's really blocking me from being clear and figuring out what my next steps are, you can then start to, make a plan, right? You can make a plan that's going to help you be successful. Now, here's the thing what people do when they make a plan. They make a plan and they put like 20 things on this plan that they want to accomplish. And don't get me wrong, you can accomplish all 20 things, but realistically, like, let's just be real with ourselves. Unless you have a full-on team, people who are working behind you, who you have assistants, you have, people just all over helping you out to get things done. Like, you can't, I'm gonna be real, you can't do 20 things in 30 days or 90 days. You have to be real with yourself. Now, somebody will say, nah, Coach Rocky, you tripping. I could do 20 things in 30, 60, 90 days. Well, if you can, more power to you. But I know me. If I set myself up with 20 major goals, if I set myself up with 20 major goals and I sit up here and I say, I'm going to get them done in 30, 60, 90 days. That's 20 major goals I'm supposed to get done in a short period of time. That's not enough time. Okay? It's not enough time, or it's too many goals. You have to really sit down and say to yourself, okay, I'm going to accomplish 2 to 5 goals over the next 30, 60, 90 days. It has to be major goals. When you have these major goals, right, you're going to have like subcategories to those goals. So if your goal is, hey, what's up, Corey? If your goal is to, start your business, right? Start your business in the next 90 days. Well, of course, you're going to have to get your LLC. You're going to have to get your EIN, right? Those are some things that you're going to have to do in the next 90 days. You can start to plan out what that looks like, right? Because that's why I say you should not have 20 major goals you want to accomplish. You should have maybe 2 to 5 major goals you want to accomplish over 90 days. And from there, you write out all the steps it's going to take to get those goals done. Can you imagine having 20 major goals and then 10 steps under each goal? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's why we fail at a lot of things, because we put so much pressure on ourselves to do stuff. This isn't your 9 to 5. Let me hold on for a second. This isn't your 9 to 5. When you're at your 9 to 5, they're going to give you a whole ton of goals, right? You working for somebody else, they're going to give you a whole ton of goals, and they're going to expect you to hit all those goals because they're paying you. They're paying you to show up and hit all of those goals. It's their company, okay? You control your company. You control the outcomes. Exactly. Every goal needs a plan. There's steps. You control it. So knowing that you can control it, why would you put more on yourself and overwhelm yourself and then end up with lack of clarity over what it is you're supposed to be doing? It doesn't make any sense. So every goal is going to have steps. Exactly what Kamisha said. Every goal is going to have steps that's going to help you, reach that goal. That's going to help you accomplish that goal. So I'm going to tell y'all, in order to keep your clarity and keep your consistency, you need to set a plan, right? You need to say, these are my 2 to 5 important goals that I need to accomplish. And whatever those goals are for you, those are your goals. Don't let anybody dictate what your goals are. Don't let anybody tell you, no, go left when you need to be going right. They're your goals, okay? It's your stuff. You have to, it's your stuff, okay? I'm gonna just put it out there. And stop having people who don't have businesses or who don't know anything. First off, I don't know much about certain industries. Now, I know how to market. Okay, I know how to do marketing. Okay, I'm just going to put that out there. I know how to do content. I'm going to put that out there. But when you tell me something specifically about, I don't know, running an ice cream shop, I've never run an ice cream shop. So why would you come to me and ask me about ice cream flavors? I don't just know right off the top of my head about ice cream flavors. Now, because I know market research, I could do some market research for you and figure out what ice cream flavors are the best. But just imagine you're a normal person every single day. They're not going to know anything about ice cream flavors. So why are you going to somebody about ice cream flavors when they know nothing about ice cream flavors? Let's just be real. you can't always relay your goals and plans and your strategies to people who don't know anything about anything that you're doing. They can't relate. So it's the math ain't gonna math for them. Share your goals and your strategies. Find your business bestie. I don't know, whatever. If you have a coach, get a coach. If you have a mentor, get a mentor. Like, find your business bestie, somebody, who can relate to what it is that you're going through and these strategies that you're putting into place. Okay? If you feel like I have to share it with somebody, that's perfectly fine and understandable. But when you set your goals, you're going to write out the steps. Here's where some people mess up. They say, you know what? I'm going to be as broad as possible when I write out these steps. No, don't be broad. Write out every single step. Every single step. Like, I'm clapping. That's my attitude clap. Write out every single step. Okay, if you know it's going to take you to, we're talking back to starting an LLC. If you were starting your LLC and you were going to file for your LLC, you're going to have to go to the website to file for it. It's going to cost $300. You got to pay the money. You got to wait. Like, you write out every single step that it's going to take for you to successfully, get your LLC set up. And this is just an example. It can be anything that you guys have goals for. Write out every single step. And then really start to identify the things in those steps that you can, maybe automate, you could delegate, you can eliminate, like what's really urgent for you to take care of right now. Like, a lot of people, the way they choose to do it, they'll go through like LegalZoom or InkFile to file their LLC. Now, you can do it yourself, but if you don't like to have anything to do with it, you can utilize some of those companies, or you can get you a business attorney, someone to help you with setting it up, right? That's you delegating that out to somebody so that way they can take care of it and you don't have to worry about that. That's perfectly fine. Those are strategies that you're putting in place. You have to figure out, when you set your goal, what can I like automate? Like how can I automatically get this done every month? Or how can I automatically get this set up every week? What can I delegate? Can I give this to an assistant? Can I pay a friend to take care of this for me? What can I really eliminate? Like, do I really need to look this up? Do I really need to take care of this? Like, is this something super important? Can I just remove it completely? And then what's super urgent that you got to take care of right now? That's how you want to look at your goals, and that's how you want to write out your steps and figure out what needs to get done and put in a time frame on it. Really put in a time frame on it. Some people will say, oh, I can do this in 7 days. Okay, first off, you on a website right now, and the website telling you it's going to take 10 to 14 business days for it to come back. You can't do it in 7 days. You got to be realistic with yourself. If you know it's not going to work in 7 days, it's not going to work in 7 days. You have to be realistic with yourself. So when it comes to having clarity, it's really about the plan, putting a plan in place, setting your goals up, writing out the steps under your goals so you can be successful. And then that's going to lead to consistency, because as you are following your plan and you're hitting your little check boxes, you're hitting your little tick marks, right? As you are following your plan, it's going to lead to consistency. It's going to lead to you consistently showing up, consistently hitting your goals, consistently hitting your strategies, like making sure all that stuff is done, and you're going to be good. You're going to find that you're going to start checking off major goals on your list because you've set a plan in place with things you can actually do and take care of, not some crazy things that you set for yourself. And you're going to start to feel successful. You're going to feel good. It feels good to cross things off your list that you need to get done. It just feels good. When I had a bunch of laundry to do today, guess what? It felt good to get laundry done. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm still drying, but that washing part felt good to get it done. So it just feels naturally good to get things done and checked off your list, especially when it's so important for you to get those things completed. So if you want to have clarity, if you want to have consistency in your life, you have to have a plan, you have to be organized, and you have to stick to it. One of the things that we talked about in the boot camp this week We talked about being, putting a plan in place and figuring out how I'm going to be organized. And some of us was like, okay, I'm just going to do this first and then I'll figure out how to be organized. And then they were still overwhelmed. They were still feeling like, okay, I'm all over the place. And I said, no, stop that. That's not what we talked about. What we talked about was, what is the plan? The plan is to create my content on a certain day. Okay, what day are you going to create your content? On Sunday. Okay, when you do it on Sunday, how many days of content are you going to do? Are you going to do the full week, or will you have to revisit later in the week to do more content? I'm going to do the full week. Okay, so if you're going to, you guys see where I'm going with this? And so if you're going to spend this much time doing content, you need to set aside 2 to 3 hours to do content on Sunday. And pick a time that works on Sunday that you know that you can get this done and get your content done for the rest of the week. That's you setting a plan with some good details on your plan and actually figuring out how you're going to stick to it. That's you really like putting it into place. It's like, what's that saying? Somebody, I don't know. Y'all probably know what I'm about to say. It's like putting the horse before the carriage, or putting the carriage before the horse, right? Like, you have to plan and organize stuff in order for you to execute. So when we had this conversation in my boot camp, and I told her, I said, listen, you got to plan it. You got to organize it first. And then once you put that plan into place, you can go ahead and start to execute on your plan. Once she did that, guess what? She felt so much better. She didn't feel so all over the place because she made a decision. I'm going to do it on this day for this certain time frame, and I'm going to get it all knocked out. Even if she decided that she couldn't get all 7 days, but she got 4 or 5 days knocked out, that's still freaking amazing. That's still awesome. That's 4 to 5 days of content that you didn't have planned already, that you got knocked out in 2 or 3 hours. Whereas you were trying to just do content here and there, and figure out when you're going to plan the content later. No, you can't do it that way. That's why it's so important. If you're going to have clarity, you're going to have consistency in your life, you have to have a plan. You have to set small goals. You can't be doing 20 major goals. It has to be 2 to 5 goals, maybe over 90 days every quarter, right? And then you have to lay out all the steps under those goals that it takes to get that one thing accomplished, and you have to stick to it. When you stick to it, that's going to drive the consistency muscle. That's going to build your consistency muscle. That's what's going to help you be consistent and feel successful at the end of that time frame that you set. Because again, when you feel successful, you feel like you can do anything. I got all my daughter's laundry done today, and I felt like, man, I am on top of the world today. I got all her laundry done, and then tomorrow my laundry will get taken care of. I feel on top of the world. I even snuck in some of my laundry today because that's what it feels like to have a plan. I said, I'm going to do this laundry on Tuesday, and I'm going to get it done by the end of the night Tuesday. That's what it feels like when you have a plan and you stick to it and you start to, you see it, right? If I would have just woke up today and said, you know what, I think I'm going to do laundry. Yeah, that works for some people. But what if I also had other things that I had to do today? Like, I had meetings. Today. So what if I didn't, girl, don't talk about no laundry. So what if I didn't consider my meetings, right? What if I didn't consider the meetings or the discovery calls that I had to do? What if I just was like, I'm going to just do laundry, and then I forgot about my meetings, right? This is me just not having a plan, just throwing it up out there and just doing it. But the fact that I planned it, I scheduled it, I looked at it, I said, you know what, I have meetings. I'm going to make sure I get up before this meeting take place and go check the washer and the dryer. It all makes sense. It starts to come together. We struggle the most when we're disorganized. We struggle the most when we don't have a plan and no strategy. That's what we struggle the most with. And so I've said it before. I failed a business, because I didn't have a plan. I didn't have a strategy. I didn't have none of that. I was just like spaghetti, boom, wall. What's going to stick? Okay. And I had a pretty hefty tax bill because of it. I just paid that tax bill off. Ain't no shame in my game. I failed it. But what I did realize in the process was there are some things that didn't work, and then there's some things that does work. And the things that did work, I took those things and I said, okay, I'm going to make sure I make it better. The things that didn't work, I said, you know what can I do to improve the processes, right? And then I capitalized on them in the next business venture that I took. A lot of us, sometimes we fail at things because we just don't have structure. And I mean, listen, it's okay. We just don't have structure. I'm going to tell you guys how you can get structure in your life. First way you can do it is books. Books. You thought I was going to say first thing you could do is hire me as your coach, right? Somebody probably was like, she about to try to sell me something. No, I don't have to. First off, I don't work with everybody. Second, I might not be the coach for you, because I'm just be real. I'm a real person. I expect results. I'm a people person. I love you. I'm gonna hug you and I'm gonna care for you, but I do expect results, and I do expect for you to show up. If you hadn't showed up before, when you working with me, you're going to show up different. That's just pointblankperiod.com. Okay. But I'm not going to just try to sell y'all on it. I have services. You can always book me. You can join my program. That's a given. But the most important thing that you can do for yourself is books. Look up books in your niche, like whatever your market is. Look up books in your market. If it's a book on how to successfully run a business, look up those books. Like, books are the first mentor and coach that you can have, and it's the cheapest option that you can have in order to be successful at your business. I have several books. I have books just sitting around. Like, I got books right now. Like, this book, the 12-week year. I'm about to start reading this book. I've been reading this book, $100 Million Offers. I'm actually about to read this one. We Should All Be Millionaires. This is by Rachel Rogers. Okay. Like, I have books all around me. I'm sure I got more books. They're all on the floor because my bookshelf is tired of me. But books. Read books. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars on a coach. Do I want you to invest in me? Hell yeah. Because I'm doing the reading. I have coaches and I have mentors too. I would love for you to invest in me to invest in yourself. But you can invest in you by getting a book. Ask people what books they're reading. Because if they're reading those books, I want to read those books. I want to read those books because they're reading those books for a reason. If they're successful at business, if they're successful with strategies, I want to read the same books they're reading. That might be my in. That might be the cheaper way to get in versus me having to invest in whatever they got going on. Okay? And I'm only saying that, y'all, because one, a lot of us, I will just say it, I'm gonna be real, a lot of us always don't have the money to invest in like the higher level coaching programs. And then two, a lot of us are afraid to invest in higher level coaching programs, but we spend money on a bunch of stuff that don't make sense. Okay, I'm just gonna be real with you. We spend money on stuff that don't make sense, but we won't invest in ourselves. That's just point blank period. I'm gonna put it out there. But definitely, yes, the $100 Million Offer. That book, I love that book. I actually bought it in paperback. I got it in paperback too. I love that book. I highly recommend it. But what reading books is super important. It helps you grow. Okay. Another option. There's so many different programs out there that's low ticket monthly subscriptions for you to learn business. Okay. For my ladies on this line right now, Girl Mob, GURL Mob with 2 B's. Girl Mob. I'm in Girl Mob. Okay. I'm in Girl Mob because I want to be an ambassador in Girl Mob. I want to be able to help coach other business women. I've actually kind of started it in the program, but Girl Mob is a great program. It's like $40 a month. They teach you about starting a business. They teach you about credit. They teach you marketing strategies. They do all this stuff in Girl Mob. Yes, Girl Mob is amazing, right? They do and then there's a community. There's a community that it builds of women who all want the same thing. That's $40 a month. So you mean to tell me you ain't got $40 a month? How much is your cable bill? How much is your Netflix? How much is your phone bill? $40 a month. So we talked about books, right? The book that I got was probably like $13. Okay, now I'm telling you, you can do Girl Mob, which is like $40 a month. Keenan Williams has he has a program. Yes, follow and subscribe. What's up, Ed? Keenan Williams has a program that's like $50 a month that teaches you how to find your perfect product, right? And I'm putting these out here, y'all, because everybody make excuses as to why they can't get a coach. They can't get a coach because they can't afford it, but they out there buying stuff that they don't need. Well, here it is. I just showed y'all some of the books I'm reading, right? Always ask the people who are more successful than you what books they're reading. I promise you, if you read the books they're reading, you're going to learn the things that they've learned, okay? Always ask them. I've given you 2 programs that you can get into. Girl Mob, you have Keenan Williams, I think his is the 7-figure club or next bracket, right? That's $50 a month. That's $100 a month, and you're going to be getting so much value. So much value. I'm in both of those. I'm in both. I have a coach. I paid 5 figures for my coach. Okay, I'm just going to put it out there. My coach wasn't cheap. My mentor wasn't cheap. But you have to also understand, if you invest in me, if you're deciding to invest in yourself by working with me, you're also paying for the value and the knowledge that I've invested in myself too. I'm not going to just be coming, half stepping. Okay? It's just none of that. But we have to stop making excuses as to why we can't advance in our business. And we have to stop making excuses as to why, we can't be successful or why we're not making the money we want to make. You can make the money you want to make. You just decide not to invest in yourself. And I've given you 3 options, 3 low ticket options to invest in yourself. First off, Kindle Unlimited is like $11 a month. Some of those books are on Kindle Unlimited. Okay. You can get that book free. Did somebody just say $11 a month? I could just get a book free? Yes. You can get those books I just showed you for free and you can read them. That's what I'm talking about. We have to exactly get in the right room. You have to get in the right room. This might be the room for you right now. This live might be the room that you needed to be in. Because in your head, you might be thinking, I didn't know I could read that book. I didn't know I can join this program. Somebody was just in the comments saying Girl Mob is bomb. Yes, it really is bomb. We had a call last night with Chelsea, learn with Chelsea, the drop shipping queen, right? The woman who's made millions of dollars doing drop shipping, teaching us her strategies, how to find products and do research. What? For a $40 a month program? You mean to tell me sis is teaching me something that I'm paying $40 a month for? Y'all, come on. Come on. Come on. Keenan Williams in his program, he literally showed all kind of perfect products that you can sell. Hey, all these different products. I joined these programs. I have coaches and mentors, but I joined these programs because I understand the value and invested in myself. Yes, nothing but big bosses. The fact that Miss Skittles gets on there and does a marketing session with everybody to teach them marketing skills. Y'all. So when we say we lack clarity and we're not being consistent, it's really because one, I really don't know what y'all doing. I'm gonna just be real. I don't know what y'all doing. Google, you can Google how to find clarity. And it'll tell you different ways to find clarity. Okay. You can slide in people DMs. The way you slide in people DMs, asking them to go to lunch or to go on a coffee date with them. And if they can pick your brain, you can slide in their DMs and ask them what books are they reading? What programs are you enrolled in? Like, do you know of any low ticket programs that I can get enrolled in? I don't have the money, right? Do y'all think you can learn something new from someone that has created a profitable 7-figure business? What? Come on now. What? Come on now. Listen. If I said to you, if you want a 6-figure business, but I haven't, created a 6-figure business, but maybe I've created 6-figure business owners, right? Maybe who knows, right? But if I can come to you and say, look, I've created a 6-figure business, and then I've helped other people create 6-figure businesses. You should be learning from that person. If someone says they're going to teach you one thing that helped them make 7 figures, why wouldn't you want to invest in them? One thing that helped them make 6 figures, why wouldn't you want to invest in them? If you haven't made one or 2 figures, like you haven't hit 5, like you haven't hit it, why wouldn't you want to invest in them? I'm just gonna be real with y'all. And I've showed y'all my calendar. My goal this month is to hit $20,000. $20,000. My goal was to hit 20,000. I'm already at 16,000. Like, I ain't playing. And that's just for this first quarter. I made a goal for all of my businesses because I'm relaunching my cleaning company as a commercial company and not a residential company. But for all of my businesses, I wanted to hit this month 20,000. 20,000. Oh, Ed said he gonna give me one plate. I wanted to hit 20,000, just all the businesses. Next month, the goal is 40,000. And then once the cleaning company relaunches, like, the goal goes up. I'm dead serious. I work all day. I'm leveraging everything that I got. So when I talk to people about investing in themselves, they try to slide in my DMs and they want to ask me questions, pick my brains. I'm like, look, I know strategy. I failed a business. I came back. I failed a business. Like, I'm not joking. Like, if I had my tax bill, I'll show y'all how bad the tax bill was from failing that business and doing some things that I shouldn't have did, but I didn't know. I didn't have a coach. I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have a subscription. I wasn't reading books. I was just out there making money, thinking that I knew what I was doing. So I've learned what bad looks like, and now I know what good looks like. So if there's, and here's the thing, this year, and this is another thing, I haven't talked about this. I've already invested in coaches and mentors at the end of the year, last year, right? But I've made a personal goal to invest at least $75,000 more in coaches and mentors this year, because I want to go to the next level. 1 million is not enough. 1 million is not enough. I need to hit like 10, 20 million. Yes, your biggest expense is what you do not know. There's so much I don't know. I hit 6 figures last year. I need to hit 7 figures this year. That's my goal. I'm gonna be real. Do I have 75,000 right now? No, I don't. But guess what? I have a firm belief I'm gonna have 75,000 to invest in myself this year. You can't tell me that I won't have it. On this day, January 18th, 2022, at 8:04 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'm letting y'all know, do I have 75 right now? No. Will I get it? Heck yeah. Because I am going to be, exactly, that's my goal, 6-figure months. My goal is 6-figure months. I've learned so many different strategies from my coaches and my mentors to hit my first, like, 5-figure month. It's crazy. And that's because I found clarity and I found the consistency that I needed in order to be successful in business. And when you don't have those things, when you're just lost in the sauce, you are not going to be successful. I'm being real with you. And y'all know how I am. I love y'all. I tell y'all I love y'all all the time. But when you just lost and you just steadily you won't. You'll have brief moments of success, but it's going to be, brief. That's what it is. It's brief. And what that looks like, if you have a product business, right? Maybe everybody's buying your product right now, but then all of a sudden it declines. And you're wondering, well, everybody loved my product. Why did they stop buying it? Well, did you do what you were supposed to do? Was the marketing up to par? Did you, listen to customer reviews? Did you respond? Did you ask for customer reviews? There's so much stuff that goes into it. There's a strategy. And so that's why people will see brief moments of success and then get frustrated when they're no longer having that moment. That's because you gotta continue. You gotta learn. You gotta keep learning. You can't tell me there's one business owner on here that'll say, yeah, I started making money and I stopped, learning. I started making money and I stopped strategizing. I started making money and I stopped, working on the processes. You can't tell me there's anybody on here that'll say, yeah, I did that. That makes perfect sense. That's a lie. That's a lie. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Even when you start making money, you know what I think? How can I keep making money? How can I make more money? How can I give more value? How can I keep being valuable? What's going to make my value increase? That's why I know for me, my goal was set. I want to keep investing in myself because there's so much I don't know. Right? So I'm telling you guys, like, I didn't mean to get on here and preach. It was egging me on a little bit, but I didn't mean to get on here and preach. But y'all, if you're lacking the clarity, if you're lacking the plan, being organized, being consistent, you start with books, start with the programs. And this is for y'all who say, I don't have the money. But if you sincerely don't have the money to invest in yourself at that higher level, there's books, Girl Mob, Keenan Williams has a bomb program. There's other people out there. I'm still gathering data. I'm going to share it with y'all. There's other people out there that have programs. Like, seriously, Neil Davis has different books, ebooks that you can buy. I've purchased all his stuff. Like, there's stuff out there for you. I promise you there is. If you're not sliding in people DMs and asking them about the books they're reading, if you're not sliding in people DMs to ask them about the programs that they're in, if they ask them, I promise you, people will give you the info because they're like, this person want to better themselves. I'm going to give you the info because I understand not everybody is at that financial level. But guess what? When you get in these low ticket programs, you learn things, you learn, and then you execute. And when you execute, you make the money. And when you make the money, you can invest more into yourself. And when you invest more into yourself, your value goes up continuously. And I'm speaking it because I lived it. I know it. I know it. When you invest, your value just goes up. So I'm going to jump off here because, I didn't mean to get on here so long, but I really just wanted to come to you guys and just continue to encourage you not to give up. I've seen so many people already give up in this day 18. Like, stop playing. Like, don't give up. It's going to be tough. You're going to have struggles, but everything that's for you is for you. And if it's not for you, it's just not going to be for you. I'm going after everything that's mine this year. Even if God hasn't shown it to me yet, it's already mine. Like, it's mine. I'm going after it. And I need y'all to keep that same energy no matter what you guys do. Keep that same energy. All right. So I'm proud of y'all. But I just need y'all to keep that same energy. Okay. And I'm going to holler at y'all later. And I'll see y'all probably tomorrow. All right. Have a good night.